success.
What's up? Welcome to your favorite podcast, The Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 118.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod guys, and with me, I had the best man in all the podcast land, my right hand man, Mr. VL.
Hola. Hey, fuck is up?
What's poppin'? We here, episode 118. How you doing today?
Pretty good. How about you?
I feel great right now. I am fucking high as giraffe balls.
Weed is amazing.
I had a day today. Well, went to vote, and then I came back to work, or to log into work and start to work. And it was just like one hell of a day. Have you ever had like somebody who has a very prescribed way of how they want you to do something, and it's so prescribed that they just need to do it themselves?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's what was going on today. Like, we were creating this investigation summary, and it has to go to the board. And my manager, who is an attorney, it's like a director level attorney, she has shit in her head, and she wanted to look like what's in her head. But I'm not in your head, my nigga. Like, so if you know what you want, if you have all the facts, like, just do it yourself. Like, you know everything, and I can give you a skeleton, like, to work with, and then you do that shit. But anyway, I was working at like 7:30, and I was just like, you know what? I got this Rice Krispie treat.
Oh, you're on the edible. That's a different type of high.
Exactly. And I ate half of that bitch. And
it just kicked in then.
Yeah. So that's where I am. So, you know, turn a negative into a positive.
Good drugs, man.
Yeah, it is. But I had a good
drugs.
week though. I mean, up until the last time we spoke, as far as a good week, it was a powerful week. I saw a lot, you know what I'm saying? Got a lot of great feedback about the show and our last episode.
Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love.
I really do. And I apologize because that sound was crazy, but that was totally on me. And you know, great people, some good people hit me, and you know, some allies hit me, and you know, and said that, you know, it was a great show, and you know, they like it because we still get some laughs in. I was like, we black. It's not like we not gonna laugh though. Like,
oh yeah,
we
sure.
we gonna always. It's always gonna be a joke in there. Like, it's always gonna be a joke in there. But nah. But I had a good week though. Did you do anything significant this weekend?
What did I do Saturday? Did I do anything Saturday? I don't even know, bro. Sunday, one of my homeboys passed. His mom's passed, excuse me, and so we all got together. I hadn't seen him in mad long, like multiple years and shit. Yeah. And then so we got together, and you know, it was like four of us and shit, just kind of impromptu. Yeah. I don't think that's a word, but it works.
One a day.
Yeah. So we got drunk as shit on Sunday, like early as hell. But it was cool seeing them, you know, just recapping and, you know, going back to old A&T days and shit like that. Shit was dope.
You drink, were you drinking, alcohol or beer? I mean, beer or like liquor?
Both.
Oh, so you was litty, for real.
Yeah, I was fucked up, like at 3:00, like super. Like we had finished a bottle of Hornitos.
Hornitos. I probably have not had Hornitos since I lived in North Carolina.
Yeah, it has some of that.
I used to like Hornitos.
Yeah, some good tequila, and we had a bunch of beer and shit, and bunch of marijuana, and yeah. So that was that on Sunday. I'm trying to remember what I did on Saturday. I don't know what I did on Saturday. I can't remember, man. I ain't really. Oh no, I do know it. I had I did my concealed carry class on Saturday, so that was all fucking day. But it was dope though. You know what I'm saying?
What did that consist of? Educate us.
Just a 9-to-5 class, and it teaches you all the laws associated with guns or concealed handguns in North Carolina. Lets you know like reciprocal states and all the states that we honor versus all the states that honor our concealed. Just a bunch of laws surrounding it, you know what I'm saying? What's deadly force and, you know, just a bunch of different
So
things.
It was not a class where like you learn like shooting as well and how to carry.
It's not a marksman class, no, but you have to shoot. You have to pass you have to pass the test in order to get your concealed. And then you have to take a written test at it. A written test, it's a written test and a shooting test, but like the shooting test is very stringent, as long as you can hit the target. But, you know, like it's a piece of paper and shit. I mean, you have a certain area that you have to hit, and you have to, because what you do is, in order to complete a shooting, you got to shoot at 3 yards, 5 yards, and 7 yards. And, you know, you got to keep it, you know, relatively in the area that is designated. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it was a just really informative class. Like I said, it was a black instructor. It was all black students. You know what I'm saying?
Nice.
Yeah. So
let's get these things. Let's get it. Mm-hmm. Let's get it.
So yeah, it was dope. We had a good time.
That's great. Yeah. Monday, I'm in there. The court buildings and stuff supposed to open back up on Monday unless they push it back. I don't see why they would push it back right now. So I'm in there. All I gotta do is get the license, get the background check, pay the $81.
You shot a gun before?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And
go to the range. Get you a pistol. Go to the range and train.
Oh yeah.
And shoot,
oh yeah.
I can show you and all that shit.
Boom. Right between the eyes.
Okay.
I did. I can show you. I probably even put it on my Instagram. But yeah. So yeah, that's what's up though. That's what's up. I want to give a shout out to all of the protesters, all the people on the front lines. Seemed like this week went a lot better, you know, as far as the deadly force that was being executed by the National Guard and police. 50 states, 18 countries, the biggest civil rights protest in history, my nigga.
Mm-hmm.
That is.
Tell you what, when Brother Floyd died, I did not anticipate this to be the reaction.
The tides are like there's a shift, right? Do you feel like it's a shift going on right now? What do you think that is? Is it?
I ain't never seen nothing like it.
I've definitely never seen anything like it. Like I'm like, was it that, you know, the pandemic and being in the house and all of that, and then there were no distractions for white people not to see this man literally lay there for 8 minutes and 46 seconds.
Yeah,
and
it was
the
nothing else to watch,
from him.
man. It was the only thing that was on TV was COVID and like old super reruns. So there was no sports, like no
concerts, no sports
to be played anyway. So like the only focus, it was a perfect storm. Like I said, I think on the last podcast, it was a perfect fucking storm.
It really was.
The culmination of everything. So, and you know, pressure cooker hit, the damn timer went off. You know what I'm saying?
You know, listen, it's always a plan. Things happen for a reason. You know. Some unfortunate things happen for a reason, but shit line up the way it's supposed to sometimes. Cause I can't, you know how many times we done marched, we done said all this before? Like,
oh yeah.
And niggas weren't with it. Like they was not with it.
2020, I'm telling you, clear vision. That's what that shit is. I'm telling you, like all this shit, this shit was just like it was a lens. You know what I'm saying? Like I think we're gonna look back 2-3 years from now, we're gonna be like, yo, 2020 was some, like that shit was fucked up, but that shit was good. You know, like mad shit, like it's been mad shit that has occurred since this, 2020. And it's like, it's going, you got to get close with your family. You got to get spiritual close. You never know when your last day is, obviously,
yes.
in more than one way. Like, it's a lot of shit, like, retrospectively, hindsight being 2020, no pun intended there, but real shit though. I think, once we get back past this shit a couple years down the line, and, hopefully a lot of change will have occurred on multiple levels, obviously healthcare, obviously, racial tensions, racial equality. Like, I hope all that obviously comes from this, but I do think, honestly, like, I was thinking about it early over the weekend, I think, or maybe even talked about it, but honestly, I think we should have, like, I wouldn't be opposed to every year having like a complete shutdown. Like, everybody stop what you're doing, and like, it doesn't have to be the same month every year, because I don't think it'll be fair to people who, got shit going on necessarily.
Right.
But like, I think it should be like a rolling fucking month that everything shuts the fuck down. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think, just kind of level setting, just everybody, like, break even, and just chill. You know what I'm saying? So, because for what the quarantine, the stress that it provided, and the change in everything that we've ever known, it was a lot of benefits to it, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, just from if you, again, looking back, you kind of can save money. You got some free money. You know what I'm saying? If you're able to,
if you came out on the good end of the quarantine,
if you came out on the good end, you know what I'm saying, which I did. So
I did.
But even still, like, I think a lot of things that I wouldn't be opposed to shit shutting down like once a month, every year, like, or at least a couple weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to like 2 weeks shut down. I ain't trying to be in the house for no month though. I ain't gonna even hold you. I'm not trying to be in the house for a month.
Shit, you've been in the house for 4.
Huh?
Been in the house for 4.
I didn't want to though. That's the difference.
I mean, yeah.
Like, I'm here, but I didn't want to.
It ain't been that bad though, if you think about it.
I mean, speak for yourself though. Like,
that's true.
Like, yeah, like it wasn't the worst thing in the world, but I wouldn't elect to have that. Like I could do like 2 weeks, but I wouldn't elect to be forced to stay in the house for 1 month. Like, I wouldn't want to do that. That would not work for me. I can't be trapped in, like, I feel like, I don't know. I hate feeling like stagnant or repetitive, or like, I hate shit like that. But, to each his own, and we may not have any choice, but this happens anyway, because who knows what's going on with this virus. We'll see in the next few days though.
It's never going anywhere. That's just the reality of it. Like, it's never going anywhere. It's going to be here. We're never going to eradicate it. Like, listen, at this point, we're never going to eradicate it.
If it is like the flu, right? So, like, I didn't know that many people died from the flu every year, right? So, if it is like the flu, and you're not literally seeing, like, people, like, passing out, and of course, let me preface this by saying I don't want to see anyone die, first of all. But I'm just saying.
Yeah, hell yeah. Motherfuckers, it's gonna have to be some zombie apocalypse type shit for motherfuckers to, like, at this point, like, niggas ain't going back inside.
Niggas ain't going back inside.
Niggas is not going back inside, bro. Like, the club is completely open. Niggas is in the club.
Niggas is in the club.
Motherfuckers is all out with it. And the game ain't dirty. It's just the niggas in it. They got just some DG Yola. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can't even wear a jersey. Nigga trying to check a tag. Like, that's how they own it. And I can't. I mean, like, I ain't been on it, but, like, I've been out and shit. I passed the blunt and shit and smoked, you know what I'm saying? Like, I haven't been, like, I've been around my friends. Like, I still, like, protect myself when I go out and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, grocery store and shit. But I'm kind of over that shit too, my nigga. Like,
oh, nah, because people don't care about germs before all this. Like, I'm cool. I'm cool with going to the store with my mask on, like, until we get into a good place. But not
but
now.
That's the thing. We're never gonna not be in a good place.
No, but you have to get into a place that's good enough for you personally. So whatever your qualifiers are for you being in a good place, that's cool. And you gotta live with that. Like, everybody does. Like, I said, look, if in 2 weeks, everybody who would have gotten coronavirus or contracted coronavirus by way of these massive protests and being together and going back to their homes and all of that. If it's not a spike in the next 2 weeks, I'm Gucci. Like, I ain't gonna say I'm just about to be out here passing blunts, but like with niggas I don't know and some shit like that. But, and I don't necessarily know if I'll be like in the club, but I might be like restaurant ready though. Patio ready.
I went to a restaurant. That shit was weird.
You went to a restaurant?
Yeah, but it was like nobody in there. It was like I didn't even, to the point I was like, "Is this shit open?"
Because ain't nobody ready yet.
It was open. Only reason I knew it was open is because we pulled up in the parking lot and it was like, a little girl, she had just graduated or the new graduation. So it was like her and her family, and it was the only car in the parking lot. And I'm like, it was the Ale House and shit. I'm like, is this shit open? Because I had lunch and I had lunch and shit at the what's the name? For the concealed weapon shit. So we was close by. I was like, fuck it, we can go there and get something to eat. So we walk in, it's like 2 people in there, and then we go to the bar, but you can't technically sit at the bar. So they had like a table, like a bar table, like next to the bar with stools and shit. So you could, shit was
hey, niggas always looking for a loophole, my nigga.
Bro, that shit was the weirdest shit ever. I walked in, I was like, how do we do this? Like, me and my cousin was in there like, I was like, this is our first time.
This is our first time out.
How do you
we just born.
Like, how do you go about getting something to eat? Shit was wild. Like, they had mad waitresses in there and shit.
Hey,
like, why you got so many waitresses?
Bro,
shit was weird.
You've been living for 35 plus years and you have to go and ask like, so how do restaurants work? That is wild shit, bro.
Nigga,
so how these shits work now?
As soon as I said it, me and Cuz started busting out. We busted out laughing. This nigga like, you stupid. But I'm like, but he was like, this is my first time too. So we went to the bar and then and we couldn't have anything on the bar. We had to have, shit was crazy, man. Like the bartender gave us some beers and shit, and we had to like take them from the bar and put them on the table. It was fucking weird. And like,
because they're doing like this whole
shit
like
crazy, man.
They don't want y'all too close, and then they're doing like this fast dining model of service in restaurants now. Like if you go up to a counter. Huh?
Shit took mad long. It was 3 people in there. Food took wild long.
Damn.
Like, bro, it's 7 people in this entire place.
Hey, they got rub hand sanitizer on every glass.
Man, that I'm talking about the food. That shit was bullshit.
They got to rub hand sanitizer on your wings. you had them lemon pepper Lysol wings, bro.
It was trash. I'm like, shit was good though. But it was just so weird. Like, they had sports on, like the TV and Mad Sport. It was niggas playing cornhole and shit. It was crazy.
Hey, imagine going to the bar because you want to watch cornhole on TV.
And I love cornhole, but the niggas playing cornhole had like, hey, I'm nice as fucking. I love cornhole. I play that shit. I got them shits in the truck. Like, I be playing them shits with my people and shit. I love cornhole. Yeah, that shit dope. But yeah, they had a damn championship on the shit. I'm like, this shit's some bullshit. 1992 playoffs and shit. I said, this is
hey, that is hilarious.
But the NBA coming back though, so we're gonna be able to go to the bar.
When?
Damn, you don't know that? You gotta be in the know. You know everything else. NBA back in like July, like late July, early August.
Listen, you know how much been going on. Like,
yes, I mean, yeah, that's one thing that I had to pay attention to.
That wasn't my ministry before, so you know not paying attention.
That's true.
But that's good. They doing it with no fans. Look,
right.
Ma, no fans. I say, look, Ma, no fans. It's just gonna be quiet in that bitch. You gonna hear shoes squeaking?
I'm fine with that. I don't give a fuck.
Damn, that's gonna be interesting. Listen, I think it's the same thing like the restaurant. Like, people bring the vibe.
Nah, I mean, yeah, definitely not. It's gonna make it less. It's gonna be weirder, but I mean, if they have like the commentators and shit, like for sure, because they got wrestling and they do that shit without all the fans and shit. But shit, niggas still gonna be playing ball and getting dunked on and crossed up and shit like that.
But part of it is like the crowd's reaction, like, ooh, like.
Yeah, I get it, but I'm fine without it. I just want to see niggas hoop. Like, if I can see LeBron play and niggas, like, I'm cool. Like, I ain't doing shit else, so it'll be weird, but it's still gonna be niggas playing ball. Like, you know what I'm saying?
So if everything like opens back up and everything starts to function, as close to normal as we once remember it, do you think these games will still will you still be as interested in watching basketball in an empty stadium versus, I can do something else right now?
No, I'm probably out of the sport, so I'm definitely watching.
Okay. Gotcha. She's gonna look like intramurals. I'm interested to see it. I want to see it. Floyd GoFundMe raised $13 million.
It's crazy.
That is crazy.
I know Mike Brown like, God damn.
Bruh, why did you make me laugh at that? Why would you?
I mean, it's funny. You gotta be.
Why would you say?
This shit is funny though. I mean, I'm sure
Bruh,
I bet you is
oh
though.
my
Like, bro, what the fuck you like, damn, nigga, I've been dead. God bless Mike Brown.
Oh my God. Rest in peace, Mike Brown. No, rest in peace, Mike Brown.
But real shit though.
Nah,
like, you gotta
shit.
find the humor in it.
Yeah.
It was a good joke.
Yeah.
But nah, real shit though, like, that's a lot of bread.
Bro, I know niggas is in heaven talking about shit.
Breonna Taylor dead as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, died 2 weeks before him. Amara Arbery dead as hell. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Niggas ain't getting shit. They might be able to sue the state. You know what I'm saying?
And that's gonna be hard. I watched Just Mercy.
Not really.
This weekend.
Told you how good it was. Been told you watch that shit.
It was good. It was good. They put it for free. I told you. So I watched it.
Yeah, I knew that. I saw it. But I went to the movies to see it first weekend it came out. Shit was great. Me and my mom and my old lady went. Shit was
Jamie
amazing
Foxx
movie.
is
They
great.
should win every fucking award. It was an incredibly well done movie.
Jamie Foxx is great, man. Jamie Foxx is great. I love
Michael
Jamie
B. Jordan
Foxx.
is great too.
Huh?
Michael B. Jordan is great too.
Michael B. Jordan, I don't know if I'm a Michael B. Jordan fan like most people. I think he's a good actor, but I don't think I see the greatness like other people see in Michael B. Jordan. I think I still see Wallace. And maybe that's
weird.
What I can't shake. I don't know. I think
he bodied Wallace though. Like he been killing shit since he was fucking 16.
Yeah, he
15.
did. That's why I see Wallace. Like every time I just see Wallace, man. I just see Wallace. But I think he is a good actor.
That nigga got so many diverse roles. He killed everything he been in. Like, bruh is super talented.
To be honest, I can't necessarily say I've seen a lot of Michael B. Jordan films. You
ain't never seen Creed?
Nope, I've never watched Creed.
Creed was great. You never seen Fruitvale Station?
I did see Fruitvale Station. That was early in his career. Yeah.
He bodied that. You seen Black Panther?
Yeah, that's what I have saw.
Bodied that. Just Mercy. Bodied that. Nigga be bodying shit.
That's what's up. Hey, I'm here for it. I'm here for black people getting great. I'm here for it. I just think that it's crazy because I'm watching Just Mercy and the shit is like in the late 80s and shit. Yeah. But it's crazy because when you're talking about rural places, especially rural places in the South, like you gotta take whatever year it is and knock off like 20 years. Like that shit didn't look like no 80s. You see movies about the 80s? That shit didn't look like the
1986. 1986.
Yeah, it was like 86, 87. So I'm like, damn, this shit look like the fucking 50s. But that's how like backwards places is like that. Like rural, especially Alabama, like Alabama. Bruh, they took that nigga
I was trying to see what other movies he was in and shit.
I believe
he was in Fantastic Four. Yeah.
No, I didn't see that. I mean, I know he got a repertoire. Like
and he got his own production company.
And he's like one of the biggest actors. Like he's one of the biggest black actors. I'm not knocking that man accolades at all. I just say I see him as good. He just haven't reached great to me, but that could be because I haven't seen enough of his work. That's highly possible. That is highly possible. But he young, like he gonna be Denzel out here. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
He might even get Morgan Freeman. He might be playing Grandpa one day. Still out here acting and shit.
God's grace.
Oh, I wanted to ask you a question about reparations, right? So I was having a conversation about reparations this weekend. Would you be okay if reparations came in the form of you taking home your gross pay for 5 years. You don't pay no taxes for 5 years. Income tax.
Nah, I need a lump sum.
Okay.
I need a lump sum. Like, cause that shit ain't fair. Cause I mean, somebody making 150,000 a year versus a motherfucker who making 25,000 a year, that shit ain't fair.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Nah, fuck that. That ain't right. Every black person. I saw Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson had a breakdown, and I haven't committed to memory, but it was on CNN.
Because he asked for $14 trillion for reparations,
correct. And it's
right?
basically like for 40 million descendants of slaves, it's like $346,000 payout or some shit like that. I'm down. That'll do. Like, that'll boost the black economy immediately, like exponentially. And I know what I'm gonna do when I get, fucking
300 and what?
more than $250,000. 346,000. Some shit like that.
Untaxed.
Yeah.
Nah, that should be insane. You know what'll happen out here? Like, the niggas in Atlanta had tanks this weekend, my nigga. Where did the niggas in Atlanta get tanks from?
Shout out my nigga Trouble. Trouble in the boys. Trouble.
Hey,
my nigga.
They had like 3 tanks out here.
In the apartments. In the apartments. Like the Atlanta niggas.
Apartment.
In the pot.
Do you know what niggas will buy with a lump sum of $346,000, my nigga? Mm-hmm. I saw what niggas did with their stimulus.
Soon as. Yeah, Phantoms, everybody gonna have a Phantom's gonna be a chorus. Niggas, everybody's getting a Phantom. Like, niggas are spending $150,000 on that car for sure.
Hey, hell, a black person, hell yeah. Nigga ain't gonna need to try to cop no crib.
Wild shit about it. I know I can trace my roots to slavery, so I know I'm strapped. Like, I'm good. I know exactly on my mama and my daddy's side. Like, I'm good to go.
Hey, listen.
Straight up.
You see this skin right here? It's black. I'm there.
I can get to the 1800s. Like, I know my people from the 1800s and shit.
That's dope.
Pretty sure.
I still didn't send my ancestry DNA yet.
I'm cool on that shit. That shit scares me.
Yeah. I'm gonna send it in. I mean, if they decide to clone me or whatever, like,
they're gonna be a whole nother nigga with a whole bunch of shoes.
Right. Come from a long family of drip.
Talking about young and luncheon.
Luncheon. Shout out to luncheon. You ain't heard nobody say fucking luncheon in 20 years.
I heard a nigga the other day say luncheon.
You did not hear a nigga say luncheon the other day.
Nigga was at Lowe's.
Luncheon at Lowe's?
Nigga was talking shit to him. Well, you luncheon, y'all. I said, damn. It's a fresh DC nigga that.
Listen, that nigga, how old was that nigga?
I'm just lying.
I knew you was lying. I was like, hey, I saw my homeboy went to protest, and he put on his Instagram, shout out to the nigga who found a pair of drop socks in 2020. Like, drop socks. When the last time you seen a slouch socks or a drop sock?
I ain't know. I was looking at the drop socks. I ain't seen slouch socks in forever.
They're the same thing. Drop socks and slouch socks is the same thing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, them niggas, DC used to love them slouch socks.
Hey, we did love slouch socks. That shit is so wild. We did love a fucking slouch.
Y'all niggas, whole leg be coupled up. Like, goddamn, like, that's mad material on your fucking calf, motherfucker.
Hey.
Shin sweating. It be hot as a bitch outside. I mean,
hey, that's probably why I like no shows now.
Black College Weekend and goddamn is fucking
Sockapalooza?
Slouch Sock City.
Hey, listen, slouch socks was everything. For y'all who don't know what slouch socks are, they were like this high sock and you could scrunch it pretty much. And it looked like a baggy sock pretty much.
Them shits was wild thick. They had like New Balance on and shit.
Hey, they look almost like leg warmers. They look almost like leg warmers.
Them shits was little quilts.
Quilts.
With Mad Madness on and shit with the wild.
Madness. You know your DC history. It is a documentary coming on TV One about DC Go-Go, and it's called The Beat Don't Stop, I think, and it come on like June 18th or July 18th. But look it up. It's on TV One. Set your DVR. Look like it's gonna be
I'll
good.
fuck with that.
Look like it's gonna be good. I feel like Go-Go don't be getting this respect.
I was just watching something the other day and it was talking about fucking Go-Go and I can't remember what the fuck it was.
Listen.
Damn, what the fuck was that, man?
And I'm tired of DJs. I think people who are from the islands hate when the DJ play the same fucking songs just like Go-Go. Like Go-Go, they play the same fucking song. 3 a.m, pancake out. Saw it as
Damn, what the fuck was I watching, man? That shit was fire because it was like 1970s and 80s go-go parties and shit. Like it was like
about Chuck and all them. Chuck Brown.
Nah, it wasn't even about them. I can't. What the fuck? I don't know. I'd be watching so much goddamn TV on the
Man, I told you I voted today. Did you know they used to charge to vote?
Charge niggas? I would, yeah.
They charged everybody, but niggas was the ones who didn't have money.
Nah, I didn't know that.
And did you know that?
I mean, it makes sense. It's fucking America.
It was a poll tax, and it was part of like the 24th Amendment to the Constitution, where they eradicated it in 1964. So niggas had to pay $2 to vote. And it was a tax that was imposed so that blacks and poor people could not vote. 1964.
Yeah, that's what Lyndon B. Johnson, that's what, I don't know if, I've been talking so much. There's been so much shit I've been talking about lately, but like,
yes,
that's why Joe Biden has the potential of like becoming like great because if he can, God willing, he stay alive. But like when JFK got killed, Lyndon B. Johnson, like they rioted for 8 days, JFK, when JFK was killed, Lyndon B. Johnson became president, obviously. But when Martin Luther King was killed, they rioted for 8 days and then they made, it was like $40 million worth of property damage, which, catapulted Lyndon B. Johnson, a known staunch racist from the South, which it catapulted him into, doing the Civil Rights Act. And then in addition to, like voters acts and shit. So I say all that to say, Biden could possibly be on the heels of some historic shit because while we truly don't think that he knows where the fuck he is,
what the fuck he doing, or what day it is,
yeah, or what he's got going on, or what time of day it is, but. What he could do is have the people in his corner where, he gets a bunch of bills passed for, equality.
Yeah.
So I'm interested to see how that shit
totally
plays out.
Changed the course of history. Yeah,
because like I said, Lyndon B. Johnson doesn't like he was a racist and a piece of shit too, known racist. And but and if you look back at his record in terms of like civil rights and black people and shit kind of funky.
What changed that?
Martin Luther King when he died.
So wait.
I mean, Martin Luther King got the Civil Rights Bill passed, and he helped get the Civil Rights Bill passed in 1964. But there was also legislation post his death because people were rioting so much, like we were able to get voting and a bunch of different shit. So that's kind of what catapulted and was a catalyst to get a lot of the shit that he did done.
So do you think? Okay, so what we've seen with all of this going on, we've seen that in a lot of white families, there is going to be some awkward Sunday dinners coming up and some awkward Thanksgiving and Christmas and 4th of July is coming up because of, it seems like they're on either side of the movement. Like you either with us or you against us, Yeah. And you've been seeing like these videos of these, bleeding heart allies that's just like, trying to educate these people. You've been seeing these videos of like younger generations educating like their parents and shit like that. And the thing about it is no one ever has any good explanation for racism, right? Like that's one of the things that's crazy to me because I'm willing to hear anybody out and be like, okay, I can understand why you feel like that, even though I'm not with it, right? But it made sense for you. Like the way you're thinking about that makes sense for you. I've never heard a racist give like a logical explanation except for they were violated by somebody of color and now they don't like people of color. Like, even though I don't agree with that, like, I can understand that for you. Your trauma might, go differently. But other than that, I've never heard like a good explanation. So do you think, like, with the whole Lyndon B. Johnson situation that you gave and what's going on right now, do you feel like people can become unracist?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I feel like, you can, light bulbs come on at different times of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know
I
what
like
I'm saying?
that. I like that.
Nah, that shit was off the hip too. You see me? Nasty.
Hey, you're an old saying generator.
Word. Old saying generator. Yeah, that's funny. But yeah, nah, I don't even know what to say.
We were talking about can people become unracist. I am high too, but that's what makes this is probably why I'm going so deep with it, because I am high right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But can people become unracist? That's a real question.
Oh yeah. I think so. Yeah. I mean, yeah, absolutely. Like you can see the error in your ways. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's many roads to freedom. You know what I'm saying? So you might take the long route, you know what I mean? And it just might take you longer than it, I mean, even, not myself, but like, you just think about like the evolution and the clarity that you've received over the past. Like, you always knew you were black, but as you become more and more immersed with the shit, I mean, I guess looking when I knew 23, 24, I didn't know as much as information. And I don't even know if I was like digesting as much information and really gave a fuck enough to say like, yeah, that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? I knew racism. Like, I had homeboys and shit that was like always super fucking, you know what I'm saying? Like logical and shit. And then like always, I was always intelligent and I always picked up on some of the shit. And obviously, but as you become more hip and you learn and you see and like things start to make more sense to you and piece it together, like, you come along a little, maybe a different time. So, I guess I say all that to say, yes, you can certainly become, you can wash your hands later on. You know what I'm saying? Just take a while.
Yes, I like that saying too. Wash your hands later on. God damn it.
That nigga said yes.
God damn. That boy is out here. You can teach a chicken to dance, but you can't make it boogie. All right.
That shit was so trash. That shit
was... Yo, you want to give us, I mean, we already been talking about black facts. Did you want to give us another black fact?
Yeah, man.
Hold on, skibbity-bee-bop, bees black facts.
Hold on.
I'll give a black fact while you're looking that up. So my ad hoc black fact is in regards to Central Park was originally a black city.
Oh yeah,
that was crazy. I had to look that up after you sent that. Didn't you send that to me?
Yes. Probably. I don't know. Probably so.
But yeah, it was crazy because the rich people in Manhattan wanted a park. And it was these black people, population of like 264 black people. And it was like Seneca Valley. Yeah.
Yeah, Seneca Valley. Yeah, excuse me. I was thinking about Rosewood. That was some other shit.
That was some other shit they burned down.
Pardon.
But they wanted a park in Manhattan. So in 1854, they burnt the whole shit down and the city took it over with eminent domain and made the shit apart. White people are evil.
They've done that shit. They did that shit to Black Wall Street. So
Rosewood,
people
probably
this is my black fact. I was gonna read some other shit, but
give it. I like these better. I like these better. Go.
Yeah, so black fact is they did eminent domain, and so you heard of Black Wall Street in Oklahoma with the Black Wall Street bombings, and that was a couple weeks ago, the 99th fucking anniversary of that. But they also had Black Wall Street in Durham, which was kind of like the stopping point from like kind of midpoint from here, from the deep south to the north, New York and etc. So Philly and all that shit. So they had Black Wall Street, which was a thriving black community where It was black businesses all over, you know, it was black hospitals, it was black everything. And then obviously what they did is put Durham Freeway, which is also known as Highway 147. They put eminent domain through that and ended up going through, excuse me. Thank you. They ended up going through downtown Durham, putting Highway 147, thus crippling, Black Wall Street. So, but if you go, like, Durham is immersed in, like, black culture. It's amazing. Like, and we never get taught any of that shit, obviously, just because it would make too much sense. But, like, North Carolina, Mechanics and Farmers, which is one of the, like, second or third oldest black banks in the country, which still runs, was founded in Durham. And there was also a mutual insurance company that came out of it. It's called North Carolina Mutual, which was also black owned. So, which is, I think, still up today. I'm not sure. I know Mechanics and Farmers Bank is. I'm not sure if North Carolina Mutual Insurance is. Funny thing about that, though. So the gentleman who owned both of those, it was a well-to-do black man, but he was the barber of Mr. Duke, who basically revitalized Durham and owns all of Durham. But like Mr. Duke was, he bought Duke and named it, after Duke. I forgot his first name, but anyway, he was the barber, the gentleman who I forget his name, and I apologize about that. I'll look it up later. But he owned North Carolina Mutual and Mechanics and Farmers, but he was the barber of Mr. Duke. And then Mr. Duke, like, fucked with him so tough that he, like, helped him get his own barbershop and had all his white homeboys come down there and had them, like, basically he was raping them niggas on fucking haircuts and shit. And then he just continued to open up a series of barbershops throughout Durham and Raleigh, I believe. And then, like, black owned, obviously. And then, branched out and had North Carolina Mutual in addition to Mechanics and Farmers. So he
had a bunch of barbershops and he eventually owned two banks.
A bank and an insurance company.
Ah, that's awesome. All right. So what's the guy's name?
James E. Shepard.
Okay. James E. Shepard. But
he actually went to Shaw too.
Boo, Shaw. St. Aug. Shout out to all the Falcons out there, man. Shout out to Shaw too for being an HBCU, but that's all I'm giving y'all.
First HBCU established after slavery. Slavery was over in 1865. That shit was established in 1867.
Yeah, congrats, Shaw. St. Aug, Falcons. What's good?
Funny shit about that, some more black facts, is so the person who, the gentleman who, it was a white guy who set up Shaw, and that area used to be be owned by a former slave owner, plantation owner. But he ended up selling it to the gentleman who created Shaw, who I believe came from the north somehow. And it was like 40 acres or 30 acres. I don't know how big it was, but he ended up buying. Yeah, probably. I don't think it's 30 acres. That shit ain't big as nothing. Yeah. But anyway, he ended up buying, maybe, and they probably sold it. Who knows? But he ended up buying the land that Shaw is on, and the white man that sold it to him found out at a later time that he was obviously setting up a school for niggers. And I tried to sue him because of that, and basically obviously lost because he had no right. You sold it to him. There's nothing you could do. So yeah.
But that's how isn't that like a white person thing? Like, I don't like what you did with something you bought, and I am suing you.
Right.
That is so Karen. Homeboy was a Karen. Y'all school was supposed to be for Karen, y'all. Now, shout out to Shaw for being the HBC that they are one of our rivals. Yeah, big beef with Shaw. You ready to get into some litter shit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Gonna get into some litter shit. Litter shit is our pop culture segment where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timeline. While I am sitting on the moon right now, I am drinking cider. I did not want to throw gasoline on the fire since I am so high right now. What, are you drinking anything?
Nah, I'm just high.
All right. So 2 highs of kites and a Bud Light. Toast with me, guys, because we need to figure out if we get the NFL up out of here. So the NFL commissioner, Roger Goodell, released a video on Friday condemning racism and systemic oppression of black people, and said the league was wrong for not listening to NFL players earlier and encouraging all players to speak out and peacefully protest. And now the NFL believes that Black Lives Matter all of a sudden. How do you feel about that? Why the change of heart, B? What do you think when you heard that?
How much is zero worth?
Zero.
Answer the question. How much? How much? Like
nothing. None at all. Zero.
I don't give a fuck about that shit. Meant nothing to me. That shit was the corniest shit ever. Like, you didn't say Cap's name, you didn't apologize, you didn't mention the flag. Like, fuck out of here, man.
None of that.
Lame.
None of
man.
that.
Anybody think about that shit, bro? Like, fuck off. I ain't even watched that whole corny, goofy shit. Like, I'm like, this nigga.
Yeah, I didn't watch the whole thing either. I was like, all right,
yeah,
man,
fuck
whatever.
off.
Like, that shit crazy. Like,
yeah, you ain't say the man name. Like, you should have specifically apologized to Colin Kaepernick.
Specifically because he was
like
the whole start of that particular movie.
Yeah, that shit was a wild ass bullshit. Like, fuck off.
Well, I'm just trying to figure out. So, like, now I'm assuming everybody can, kneel and do whatever they want to do to peacefully protest. And, I just find it funny because it just shows exactly what I said last year, that the NFL didn't give a fuck to make a change. All of that shit and that fucking 10 fucking measly $1 million, $1 million a year is nothing. Like, y'all didn't mean shit by that. Y'all just did that shit. Say, here go a little bit of change. Jay-Z hopped on board. And then y'all was like, okay, we gonna get this nigga over here. Say, if we got this nigga with us, black people was cool with us again. And the niggas who wasn't cool with y'all, like myself, wasn't fucking cool with y'all. So what changed between last year and this year? Because technically, y'all shouldn't have been making this speech because shit was all good last year. Y'all speech this year was supposed to be like, oh yeah, we've been on board. Remember what happened last year? Remember what we did last year? But no, that wasn't the conversation. Because that shit was some bullshit last year. And still a little sore with hope. Kanye was out. That was interesting. And he donated money.
Yeah, that was dope.
That was good of him.
That was great. That was a lot of money.
But until he comes back out and be like, yeah, what I said about that Trump shit. Cause this nigga Trump said, did you see that video of the man getting pushed? The old man getting pushed? The old white man getting pushed. And Trump said, Trump tweeted, it was a setup. He didn't get pushed that hard. It's fake. What, nigga?
Bro, that motherfucker crazy, man. I wish nigga had like a little, like one of them wrestling blood plaques on his back of his head.
What the fuck? He was a 75-year-old man. If you wasn't such a damn BBW, BW, what's the B? Big beautiful woman? That's a BBW? Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, big beautiful, yeah.
Okay. He an orange, a big orange woman, a BOW. But if he wasn't such a big nigga, he'll be a frail nigga. Like the rest of them. He that same age range. Like, you in your 70s, bro. You 73, 74 years old. Like, you not a spring chicken out of here. This nigga can't even sympathize for somebody who is in his age range and up the same color as him. He don't give a fuck about nothing and nobody but pure fucking chaos and disarray.
That's a fact.
I know I say this a lot, but that nigga just, he surprises me with the new levels.
Every day, bro. I follow the nigga on Twitter. Like his Twitter, I
you follow him on
Twitter.
Twitter? I don't follow him. Yeah. I don't need that in my spirit. I just catch him when he reposts it somewhere.
It's funny. Like cause he tweets about like random shit. Like he was like, oh, he tweeted the other day, like, I'm considerably down, in the, some shit, like basically in the polling or some shit, or the approval rating or some shit. He was like, but it's not fair. Some shit. And I'm losing to Sleepy Joe. Like some shit like this shit is just, it's super entertaining. I just started following because let me see what the fuck this nigga mind be on like, cause I know I see the viral tweets, but I wonder what else don't, you know what I'm saying? And they'd be mad, random ass fucking shit of a set. It's wild. Like, it's like, is somebody really running this Twitter? Like, but I think it's him.
No, it is definitely him. It is.
But like, does he talk like that? Like, do you say like, a lot of this shit, like, it's not fair. Sleepy Joe. Like,
right, that's
why is
what
a
I'm saying.
75-year-old man talking like that?
Bruh, anytime you heard Trump speak, he act like it's this competition going on, and he has to give the score for everything and the percentages and all of that for everything. Like, and everything has to be great. And the police is doing a tremendous job. You know, 100% of people have been saved. Like, he always say shit like that. And you be like, what the fuck? Like, he always gives something a grade or a rating so that, and the rating is either he fuck with you or he don't. So your rating is either like 100% A, tremendous, or like the DC mayor, you are incompetent and the numbers say you always come and asking us for money. Shout out to the mayor of DC, for painting that Black Lives Matter mural on 16th Street and renaming it to Black Lives Matter Plaza. And then shout out to everybody who followed suit after that. I know it's something in Durham. I think it was something in Raleigh.
I'm doing one in Charlotte. The one in Charlotte hard as fuck though.
Charlotte. Yep.
Charlotte shit hard.
That was dope. Like, I love that level of petty. Like, she could have put it anywhere. She put that shit
that was hard.
Right there, my nigga. Like,
in mad yellow.
Yes. In yellow. And she got the standard black mayor haircut. Like Keisha.
Oh yeah, for sure.
She got that, but you know, people didn't really fuck with her like that. I think she gained some points with that one, especially, you know, in the black community. How are you feeling about all this Black Lives marketing?
What you mean? Like,
how do you feel about, like, now, you know, everybody is Black Lives Matter. Like Amazon.
I mean,
you know what I mean? Like all of the companies. I've received numerous emails from numerous CEOs over the last week, about, you know, how they stand in, you know, racism. And even Postmates had the Black Power fist, but it wasn't drawn all the way out. So it's kind of like, all right, we saying this, but all right. How do you feel about that? Like, are you all with it? Or you looking funny?
I'm all right. I'm with whatever's black, man. Like whatever's in your face black, like, you know, I don't want it to be obviously, like, you know,
a marketing thing.
Yeah. Like whitewashed and shit. And,
yeah.
But
that's
at the
true.
same time,
that's
like,
true.
Shit, marketing is marketing, right? So like, it don't
that's
really,
true. That's
you know,
true too. That's true too.
Marketing is marketing. So if it's getting out there in whatever variety and form, the more eyes on it, then the more questions are going to be asked one way or another. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, let it do its thing. Shit. You know, I don't want it to be, you know, commercialized. Well, shit, fuck it. Yeah, I do want it to be commercialized. Like, that's
what I'm saying. Like, I think it can go. Well, I'm with it.
I just don't want it to get whitewashed.
Yeah.
That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want it to fall into the enemy's hands. That's it. But if it continues to have like to gain attraction and be, you know, everywhere to the point where like it's
life. It's breathing.
Yeah,
it's
like,
just like,
hell yeah, I'm fine with that.
Black music and all that. You accept everything that come with it, or you at least got the decency to act like you do.
Right.
I'm with it. I was having this debate with a friend of mine who was on the opposite side of it and was just like, oh, they ain't gonna do shit. They just putting this shit up here. And I'm just like, look, I feel like this. First of all, for a company of the size of a lot of these companies, in order for them to post that shit, that means they're sacrificing revenue.
Yeah.
And if you're willing to sacrifice your money, regardless of if that's only 1% or 50%, you were willing to do that. So if you wanted to pay, X amount of profit for a good advertisement, that could work too. But at least the effort is being there, and you have to give them time to, since they're now just seeing what's going on or whatever the case may be, you got to give them time to implement some shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying like, oh yeah, thank you, master, for accepting us, and now we're going to do this. I'm just saying, if you're willing to do that, I'm willing to give you a benefit. Huh?
Mad people got Amazon Fire Sticks or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know how many people saw like that shit, you know what I'm saying, when they open their app to buy some shit, like subliminally and subconsciously, all that shit, like unconsciously, like that shit is omnipresent.
Yeah.
As I used on the last show. That shit was all over.
I think that it was when Jeff Bezos said, I do realize, like, I don't have to worry about when my son go out. And then on the flip side of that, Niecy Nash's son was tased because they didn't think that he could afford that type of car. I was like, God damn, like, that shit is crazy. Like, all the stuff that we said, like, for real, like, they've always had their foot on our neck. Like, and like, we think about all the cities we just talked about burnt down, and they done burnt them down, and Black Wall Street, and like, they use fire, they use dogs, they use hoses, they use guns, they use everything.
The Freedmen's Bank, nigga, they set us a bank up, like, they worked with Frederick Douglass to set up the Freedmen's Bank, like, post-slavery. And niggas had like $6 million, and this is post-slavery. Like, this is like 18 fucking, like right after, like a couple years later. And these niggas stole the fucking money. Like, them niggas stole all they, like, took all the fucking money out of the Freedmen's Bank.
They've been just doing what the fuck they want. And it's crazy. Like, we here.
Did you see the video? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just saying, if you're here, like, as a Black person, like, your family has survived some struggles for you to even be here having this conversation right now. And not even talking about, when I think I said it on the next episode, like I've been talking a whole lot lately. But it was just like, yo, if you are a Black person that's living whatever life that you wanted for yourself, bro, you made it. Like, you made it through a lot of shit to get there. So if you're don't compare your life to somebody else's life. Compare your life to, like, your level of happiness within you. And if you have that, you have fucking made it. And we were talking about the whole, equality aspect of it. And I was saying, like, whatever you got, you can keep it. We don't want anything from you. And my homegirl was just like, yo, like, look what we've done with the scraps they've given us. They don't want to make us equal. It wouldn't be fair to them.
Nigga, when I seen the girl that was the big dark skinned, like, chubby lady that was talking about the Monopoly shit. Yeah. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Bruh, that was one of the greatest analogies ever. She said, nigga, imagine playing Monopoly for 400 fucking years.
Yeah.
And never getting a turn.
And never getting a turn. Like, but you gotta comply.
Your turn next. But you have to play.
Yeah.
The entire time. And then when you do get some money, we're gonna take that from you for another 50 fucking years and burn all that shit the fuck down. And then, after 450 years, now you start fresh and see what you can do from there. So, like, the shit that we have been able to withstand and overcome and produce is amazing. Yeah,
it's amazing.
We got some fuck ups, but at the same time, niggas are alright out here. Like, for only being free 54 years.
Yes. Like, it's kind of one of the things, like, it's so tragic and it's so fucked up. But, like, it make you, like, even prouder to leave, like, nigga, I'm fucking Black, bro. Like, I'm Black. Like, Black is a superpower. Like, you may get defeated, we may get defeated individually, but as a culture, as a pride, as a who we are, this melanation that's going on, it's a fucking perseverance superpower, bruh.
Oh yeah.
Like, the shit is amazing. I love being black. I wouldn't pick to be anything other than black. Got too much season. You know what I'm saying? It's too much season. The NFL issuing an apology. It's little shit. It's shit. On to more shit that I feel is shit. I'm already saying up front. Your boy Lil Wayne. So Lil Wayne, most of Lil Wayne fans know that Lil Wayne was shot. He shot himself, when he was 12 years old. And it was documented that Lil Wayne's life was saved by a white cop, as all of these other cops, including black cops, jumped over him and left him there. So Lil Wayne was already under fire 4 years ago or so. Was it 2 years ago? When was the last, Mike Brown? What year was that? 2017?
I think that was 15 to 16.
Okay. Lil Wayne,
15. That was 15.
Okay. So Lil Wayne was under fire about the Black Lives Matter movement back then. So Lil Wayne decided to double down, and Lil Wayne's thoughts about the police is that we shouldn't judge and everyone should feel, be individuals, and he can't say that because white cop saved his life, and if it wasn't for him, he wouldn't be there. So therefore he has this admiration for the police.
Well, he was also under fire before that, right? But he was on Fat Joe shit and said that we gotta blame ourselves or some shit like that. And then that's when he expounded and went into the whole fucking Uncle Bob saved my life type shit. So that's
Uncle Bob. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think that it is insane because here's my thing, B.
Terry Crews and Lil Wayne need to shut the fuck up. How about that?
Basically. Pretty fucking much.
I'm just with them motherfuckers, and Candace Owens, Lil Wayne, Terry Crews. Bro, I'm cool on all y'all niggas.
You can put them on in a fucking bottle rocket and shoot them to the moon for all I get.
That motherfuckers is them motherfuckers there, boy. Good gracious.
That is some Uncle Ruckus shit that's going on. And I would think, one, because of all the trouble Lil Wayne has gotten into with the police.
Yeah.
How they targeted you, nigga. All the shit that went on.
You've been in prison.
You've been in prison. But listen, here's the other thing. You talking about this one cop that saved you. What about the other cops that left your ass right the fuck there? You were lucky to get a cop that gave a fuck that day. But shouldn't that give you the odds? Okay, so one cop out of 5 niggas that came through here gave a fuck about me. That should prove the point even more about how police are not doing their jobs.
Well, he said it was 5 other black people, police, that just walked right over him and shit. And Uncle Bob was the only one to stop.
But they were still police.
Yeah, for sure.
They were police. They left you there. They stepped over you. So what if it was 5 of them? And Uncle, we're not saying there are no good cops, but shouldn't you be looking at when you call customer service and you to call customer service fucking 4 fucking times and you fucking pissed off and you mad, and then you call and then you get the one good customer service rep that helped you, and you why the fuck the rest of them didn't do that if it was that simple?
Yeah. That's
what it is. That should tell you, I'm not going to say oh, I love Sprint because of this one good customer service person. We have a systemic issue here. There are cops not doing their job. We literally pay your salary. You're a public servant. You're supposed to be here to serve me. Not fucking hunt me down and fucking kill me in front of my kids and my girl and my mama and my, you know what I mean? In the middle of a party with my friends when I'm fucking laying in the bed minding my fucking business. When I'm playing fucking Nintendo or whatever video games with my nephew and y'all come in shooting like, Lil Wayne, that is sad because I feel like Lil Wayne used to say like some woke shit in his rap.
Georgia Bush. Yeah, Georgia Bush. Bush.
Yeah.
That was that shit too.
It was. Does that impact the music at all for you?
I don't really listen to Wayne like that.
Really?
Like I'm listening I don't listen to new Wayne. I listen to old Wayne. If I'm listening to Wayne, it's gonna be old Wayne. That new shit is cool. I don't like none of that shit.
So is Wayne not your top nigga no more? I think all of our top niggas then call the little, social media.
I mean, because it's different now. So like when niggas was our tops, it was sourced in double XL covers and write ups and shit. It wasn't. And you might get a smack DVD or some shit, but it wasn't like, constant, giving people more platforms and shit. You give them more, more room for error.
You give more rope to hang themselves.
For sure.
Eventually, essentially. I just find it crazy when niggas say shit and then niggas double down on it, knowing that.
Strong and wrong.
Strong and fucking wrong. And I think that Wayne, get it together. Your daughter tried to make excuses for you last time. Like, oh, he don't be, what I mean? He just be in his own world. He know what a black and a life and a man mean. You know that.
He media now, so he definitely got to know. Like, you got a little radio show.
Little radio show.
Niggas now. Yeah.
And he looks stressed the fuck out. Like, Wayne.
He's just an ugly guy.
Until you do right by us, your dress gonna continue to fall off the bone.
That nigga just ugly. Them shits could be 100% purity healthy. He just is an ugly fella.
I think he looked like coronavirus. I think he looked like Rick and Morty.
He's a funny looking fella. And then he be dressing crazy as hell. Niggas be wearing mad weirdo shit. Like, I don't understand, once niggas get money, why you be wearing such weirdo shit?
Cause niggas either do too much, like we talked about 2 Chainz, where you get money and you just doing way too much. Like, what the fuck is all of this? So you want to show that you got a whole Versace outfit. Or you get the niggas like Wayne that still buy designer shit, but they want to look like they don't care and like they dirty or like they grungy, but they still wearing Dior. You know what I'm saying? Weird. I don't know. Weird. Lil Wayne, litter shit. Shit. Damn. All right. Here go an easy one. The social media personality, B. Simone? Comedian / rapper.
I know B. Simone.
B. Simone.
I hate her raps, by the way.
You hate her raps?
Yeah, man.
I think that is the best thing about B. Simone. I love B. Simone raps. That's the only reason I started following her a year or 2 ago.
I hate them.
What's wrong with her rap? She be killing to me. How'd they go?
I hate it. I hate her delivery. I don't know I wouldn't know how they go. I just don't like the way I don't know. It's just not for me. I'm cool. I hate her raps.
All right. In-depth analysis. He just be like, I don't like. But B. Simone was, talking to Nick Cannon, and she was talking about how she wants an entrepreneur. She don't want a 9-to-5 nigga. Those are her words. She don't want a 9-to-5 dude. She needs somebody that's up at 3 a.m. and has the same lifestyle that she has. And the internet kind of went off, kind of going back to B. Simone's early start and oh, you up at 3 a.m. shipping off AliExpress shit and all this. So they went off on her. Would you be offended if a chick said she didn't want to date you because you had a regular job?
Yeah. No, that's her preference. You can't be mad at somebody for what they want.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't get it. I was just
yeah,
she can want whatever the fuck she want. If that's what she wants.
Yeah, If I want a nigga that ain't got like that, yeah, fuck that. Like, that's stupid.
I'm like,
It's like saying she like niggas with dreads. Like, if she don't want a nigga without dreads, then she ain't gonna date a nigga with a brush cut. You know what I'm saying? Like, until she find a nigga with a brush cut.
Yeah, she was like, he could be a rapper, he could be an entrepreneur, he could be this, but not somebody with a 9-to-5 job. So, you know, like a hit dog holler. Like, so you offended because you have a 9-to-5 job. If you like your 9-to-5 job, why do it matter that some fucking social media influencer don't like niggas
so
with a 9-to-5? Like, I feel like you can have whatever preference that you want. We talked about like preferences versus discrimination on this show before. So I'm just like, you can have whatever preferences you want. Now, it's a difference between I want to date this versus you treating all people of a certain category the same. Now, and she was like, ew, I don't talk to 9-to-5 niggas. Like, they are beneath me. I can never be friends with them. They better not talk to me. You know, take your clock in, clock out ass across the street. Like, that's a different thing. But whoever she wants to pursue romantically, I don't really give a fuck. Like,
yeah,
that shit don't make no sense to me. Big Simone, one of the entrepreneurs, lit as shit.
Oh, it's lit.
It's lit. It's lit to me. Hey, have what you want. Your boy AI is receiving a $32 million trust fund payment from Reebok when he turns 55. He had a lifetime Reebok contract and he gets 32 million of them things. Bruh.
He should.
That is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, cause they ain't really like, he had 2 or 3 pair of sneakers that was really dope over the course, but like they kind of did him dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of like, I mean, yeah, cause he ain't really had like the illustrious shoe career that he could have had. You know what I'm saying? Like had he gone somewhere else, like, especially if he would have went like Nike or some shit, I think he would have had a crazy. I mean, his first 3 pair were pretty dope. Like the first one was the hardest one, easily.
Yeah.
The second was cool, and the third one was that's when they started getting whacked. But I mean, he could have had, but I'm sure they're still selling at a pretty high clip. But nah, I'm cool. Like, I mean, I'm cool. He deserves 32 because he stood in the long haul. But that's a long ass goddamn time, though.
That is a long ass time. Like, so when I was saying, I was like, damn, like, would I take a job? I said, would I take a job that would say like, all right, you make this amount and that amount may not be like up to 100% of your standard. Like you make, I don't know, 90% of what you should make. And then you get this big lump sum at a certain point in your life. And I said, oh, that was called a pension. No, that's a pension. Your 401k is a little bit different, but that's your fucking pension. Like that's why people used to stay at jobs. That's why I was like, oh nigga, like that's already been done. That kind of shows like, oh yeah, like you don't remember that point in time in life, like where people used to get pensions and shit. But I was like, yeah, all right. Would you?
I worked at a company that got pensions.
It's not.
I got a pension.
I think there was a pension.
It's like about 30 bands in that motherfucker when I'm 60.
Yeah. I had one when we worked together at the insurance company, but it was small because they were doing away with it when I know around the time that I joined the company. But yeah, I mean, that's basically what it basically is though. But 55, let me ask you something. If you knew that somebody, how old is AI? 45? Allen Iverson.
Yeah, he's 45.
So Allen Iverson is 45. If you knew a chick single be healed, if you knew a chick was 45 years old and she was going to get this 32 million in 10 years, would you stick it out for that?
Married B Hill is doing that.
That answers that question.
Yeah. The fuck? And we gonna be straight in 10 years. Hold tight.
Hold tight. We still like each other, baby. Don't act like that. Yeah. You're not leaving me.
I'll be back on the weekends. I'll be back. We break this shit up. Fuck that.
Hey, leave you at year 54. Like, I'm out. She leave. Hey, that's hilarious. I was like, it's 5 years. I was like, it's 10 years. If you bearable, I definitely would.
10 for fucking 32 million? Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Nigga, even if you get 3 million off that shit, that was a well worth an investment for 10 years. So you ain't make 3 million 10 years ago. You ain't had 3 million in 10 years ago. Like now, you know what I'm saying? That shit went by quick, boy. 2010.
What if you miss your soulmate? You miss your blessing chasing this money. This person with this money. Staying with this person with this money.
All right, nigga. Well,
yeah, you like, fuck it. Chance I gotta take. Is what it is.
If I'm 37 and she 45, shit. She turned 55, I'm gonna be 40 goddamn. I'm gonna be 47.
Shit, I'm turning 32. I'm turning 32 million out this joint.
That's plenty living I can do after that.
Hey, the AI trust fund is litter shit.
Lit.
That's super lit. Shout out to AI. Last but not least, real quick, Snoop Dogg said he was too brainwashed to vote because he thought he was a felon. I mean, because he is a felon, he thought he couldn't vote. He was brainwashed. You believe it? Because I don't.
Do I believe that? I don't know.
Nigga, if you were really enthusiastic about voting, a quick Google would have got you right for the past 20 years. Your numerous attorneys could have gotten you right and looked into it for you. Your assistant could have looked into that for you. If you was like, damn, like I really want to vote. Can't felons vote? You weren't that passionate about the shit. So don't try to act like you passionate about it now. Like, oh yeah, that's why. Just be like, I ain't give a fuck. I ain't want to vote. Now I feel like I want to, which is totally fine.
Right.
I just felt like that excuse was some BS. That excuse was some BS. Listen, Tupac, Biggie. Every time I think about Pac, every time I think about Snoop, I think about Pac and Biggie. And like when Snoop be doing like some shit that be like corny to me or let me down, I just be like, what do you think Biggie and Pac would be like? And then I got to thinking about that this weekend because I was listening to Machiavelli, and Machiavelli was my favorite Tupac album. Do you think Pac would have been an activist? What do you think Pac would be right now?
Man, that nigga would have been an activist. He would have probably been shot again. Like, he might not be alive at this point, like for real, because he probably
like either way, Pac wasn't gonna make it.
Yeah, he was too revolutionary. They won't letting that shit ride. You know what I'm saying? He was already like he was wild. I think he would have calmed down clearly because with age comes wisdom and shit. You know what I'm saying? And you can't move, but he still.
Or he would have been super mad because he would only be like 45. He'd be like the same age Snoop is.
That's what I'm saying. So he'd be powerful it'd be a lot, like for sure. But
that's crazy.
I mean, I'm sure like niggas gonna do some shit that's corny when they got like multiple options to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
I just feel like people don't know when not to talk. Like, if you know that this is something that everybody is passionate about, and you know you have an unpopular opinion, in which your unpopular opinion can impact you financially, why not just shut the fuck up? Like, why is everybody so pressed to say some shit, but then cry when they get quote unquote canceled? Or, you know what I'm saying, people coming for them. Like, you made a decision, and if you made a decision to put something out in the public, people have the right to react in the public.
Right.
So, like, if you're not getting anything from saying this, and it's not helping anybody, and it's something that's very controversial, like Black Lives Matter voting or whatever the case may be, items that people feel very passionate about, why not just shut up? Like, that's white people problem. They just won't shut the fuck up. They have to say something. They have to go in and try to intervene and do whatever they got to do when shit don't have nothing to do. Like, just relax, chill. It's okay if you don't say everything you thinking. Like, it's 100% okay. Shit just pisses me off, but what do you think? How you think Biggie would be?
Biggie'd be a cool nigga. I mean, I think he was just naturally a cool nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? But again, you never fucking know because motherfuckers, like, you know, motherfuckers gonna say some shit out of the way. You know what I'm saying? Like, Whenever you got your phone in your hand, man, it's just, it can, but Big seemed like he might be more like the Nas or Hove type, you know what I'm saying? Like just, like, you know, post every now and then. And like, you know, like I think Nas and especially Hove, I think Nas is perfect because he just, his social media presence is, in my opinion, very, you know, similar to his character. So, you know, I think Big would probably be kind of like in that same vein.
Yeah,
like cracking
chilling
jokes
in the
and
cut.
shit like that. Just chilling, smoking weed, getting fresh, you know what I'm saying? Taking dope pics and keeping it moving.
I think it's crazy that Pop doesn't have any children. Like,
shit, he was only 25.
Yeah, I know. And like Biggie had 2 children. And I was just like, damn, I wonder what Pop children would be like, or like what they would look like, or whatever the case may be. Snoop saying he brainwashed litter shit.
Shit, I guess.
Shit, Snoop, get it together. You keep fucking up, Snoop. And white people love you, Snoop. So get it together. White people love Snoop and Shaquille O'Neal. Okay? And Kevin Hart. They love them. You ready to give out some advice?
Let's do it.
All right. We're gonna get into ain't shit in 2 cents. My brain just buffered, guys. Ain't shit in 2 cents. It's our listener letter segment where we give advice to listeners who clearly don't care about taking advice from 2 astronauts right now. This letter came a couple weeks ago, and it is from Jeff. And I really like this letter because we don't get a lot of letters with people like reading us and telling us like, y'all are trying me. So the letter says, Dear Fresh and Be Healed, I'm a long time listener from the very beginning.
So with that, appreciate it.
And was listening to your review of Lovebirds and Insecure, season 4, episode 9, low key trying. Low key. That's why I didn't even bring it up in the beginning of the segment, because I know you wanted to get that off your chest. So I know you wanted to get that off your chest. So let's get through the letter and hold your visceral reaction to Molly until we get through that, because you might have something to tie in to give to Jeff. But the letter is very interesting because Jeff put season 4, episode 9, low key trying, in episode 116, in which we talked about it. Jeff is giving me like really organized Caucasian vibes here. Oh, but let's see. He said, you two were low key trying me based off those critiques. Maybe
One man is saying low key trying me.
Low key trying me. Right. Then tied it all in. I think this might be from Issa or HBO. Cause it's too much promotion and marketing in this letter. It says, maybe it's Issa's and Kumal's charisma, but I think Lovebirds is laugh out loud hilarious. Who says that besides people who work for TV Guide? It says, I think Lovebirds is laugh out loud hilarious, and they both work well together on screen. It was a witty movie that flowed smoothly and got to the point. As to Insecure, Low Key Trying was a welcome change of pace. So Low Key Trying was the episode with Molly, y'all, that we said was boring and we wasn't really with it. And it wasn't funny.
Went on vacation and shit?
Yeah, when she went on vacation.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, when we talked about it in that episode. It said, Low Key Trying was a welcome change of pace that added depth and novel perspective to Issa and Molly's ex-friendship. It was also an interesting expose on just how messed up Molly is, even in her relationship with Justin. And then it ends with, I love the show, stay awesome, and looking forward to episode 117, which was last week. Hope you enjoyed it. And that was from Jeff. B.
Appreciate you, Jeff.
Go ahead, go off. Well,
yeah, it's just fuck Molly, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, Molly's lame as fuck. Like, this most recent episode, like, first she had some bullshit on. She went and met Issa for lunch. Like, what are you wearing, man? Like,
but Molly tries to give the illusion of thick, and Molly's not thick. Like, she tries to give the illusion of curvy, and she's not a curvy woman.
She's not, cause she would be in real life once she start fucking, cause I don't know if she's still a virgin, but she says she's a virgin. Like, she says she
used to be a virgin, right?
Like, Africans is gonna be thick. Like, Africans, like, she got the makings of a mean, thick body, but she's not fucking. So that's
some are really thin too.
You said what?
Some are really thin. Africans are thin.
Yeah, but they also thick. She got like the curve, like she's got like the African butt. Like, she has the.
Does she? I've never checked for
she would
Molly
have, she
or
has the body
Yvonne
to like
butt.
be right. You know what I'm saying? She just ain't fucking. Like, she ain't got her woman hips yet. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause she ain't got no rod in her.
I know she was dating that dude. She can't still be a virgin, bruh.
That's what she said.
Listen.
Last time I checked.
We got murder bees coming. We have a brand new, I don't know if you heard, but we have a brand new, white grizzly bear that has never been seen before roaming the earth, and it's less than 100. And, you know, we have riots and we have pandemics. Molly, you need to go out here and fuck before the world ends. I'm trying to tell you. Go ahead. You do not want to die virgin.
Gene shit again. Don't do that.
Don't fuck in the gene shit though.
That shit was wild. Like, you ain't getting no dick when niggas see you with all this shit. Nigga be like, God damn, what the fuck? She look crazy as hell.
Listen, ain't no nigga ever not fucked because of an outfit.
That's true. But she just a bitch, man. Like, why? Like, Issa ain't like, bro, like, I would love to have a friend like Issa. Like, yeah, she got shit going on, but bitch, you act like you got them, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like fucking, you with it.
Your ass is the square root of fucking 100. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bitch, you ain't goddamn, like, if you don't shut the fuck up, like, just cause you got an Audi don't mean shit. You know what I'm saying?
Just cause you got an Audi. Hey, get it off your chest, bro. Get it off your chest.
Piss me off. Like, then you gonna like send a text like, I'm trying with her. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, bitch, I'm trying with you. Like, I ain't want to be over here. It's a ragged ass fucking house.
Listen, right. Like, my whole thing about that Molly and Justin thing is, bitch, like, I hate women like that. I hate women who try to cut everybody off because they in this relationship, and then when that nigga gone or that woman gone, you coming back around like, oh yeah, y'all, like, oh, or going back to your friend like, oh yeah, I'm sorry, but you do this. You so happy to have companionship that you act like you can't have friends and lovers and family. You just go into like, oh, I'm focusing on this. I feel like a relationship, if in the beginning you got to do that much focusing, that shit might not be for you. Shit, you normally got to do the work once they get a little age on it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, man.
What's really going on? I know that Molly is a character, and Yvonne Orgy and Molly are two separate people, but people been having a very visceral reaction to.
So you know you're a good actor.
True. That's true. Going back to the letter and Lovebirds, it was laugh out loud funny. Are you going back on anything you said about that?
No, I'll never watch it again.
I agree. Sorry, Jeff.
The worst movie ever.
Jeff, that movie was bad. And I'm sorry. And I love Issa. We both love Issa. Y'all know me and B love Issa. And we love Insecure. But that won't it.
It won't.
And according to B, the photograph wasn't it either. So, sorry.
Yeah, that wasn't it either. That wasn't good.
What do you think about the, low-key trying the Molly episode? Do you think it was an expose on just how messed up Molly is, even in her relationship with Justin?
Yeah, she's just fucked up. Like, I don't know what issues, but she's just not good.
Yeah.
She's just not good. She was mad good before. Like, I fucked with her before. She was still like a fucking train wreck. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing mad random weirdo shit, but she was still my nigga, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. 'Cause Issa was my nigga, you know what I'm saying? She just fit for what it was, but now she's just being a bitch for no fucking reason.
Just a bitch, Molly. No,
yeah, you being a bitch. Like, why are you acting like that? Like,
see, I
I
think the therapist had a good point on this most recent episode when she said, I think it was this most recent episode. I watched the last 2 episodes, last night. But I feel like the therapist made a good point when the therapist was just like, do you want friends or do you want to be right? But the thing about it is she's not even right in this scenario, I feel like.
Yeah, she's like super fucking wrong. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, and then you act like you saying you trying. Like, bitch. Like, Issa is
like
amazing.
it's work to be around me. Like,
Issa's a
fuck
person.
off.
Yeah, like
listen, you learn your value.
Yeah, like Issa's a person that you can be around all the time. Like, she would get on your nerves, but like you could never like be mad at her for longer than a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause she's not gonna do no fuck shit to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, she always gonna be on your side. And she always gonna be by you and make you laugh and be weird and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just
Molly didn't like when she was getting that looking straight no chaser when Issa in the beginning of the season when Issa was like basically like she be self-sabotaging her relationships and shit. So she didn't like that real tea. And it's been downhill since there. Like, hold on, what's bad? Is uphill bad or downhill bad? When they say something going downhill, because I think of like uphill like it's hard getting up the hill, or downhill is like you falling into something. So I don't even really know what.
Downhill is like a faster fall. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just like just.
So when somebody say it's an uphill battle and somebody say it's a downhill battle,
I ain't never heard nobody say a downhill battle.
Or okay, not downhill battle, but it's an uphill battle, and then it say things started going downhill.
Yeah.
So I guess it depends on if you say that.
Tough. Like it's just gonna be tough and it's gonna be, you know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a struggle. But downhill is just like, that shit is just like a rock falling downhill. It ain't gonna stop until it comes to a stop. You know.
So ain't shit good about hills. If you on a hill, you fucked. If you going up or down, like you fucked.
Uphill, no, I would say uphill battle just means it's gonna be difficult. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause I mean, just walking uphill is difficult, but it's not undoable. You know what I'm saying? Like a downhill,
you can persevere.
Like, if you start rolling, like if you trip and fall and roll downhill, you pretty much short till that shit. Like you catch on to something, or you know what I'm saying, you bottom out in the hill, like you come to the crest of the hill or whatever. But
the crest of the hill, all right, the crest of the B hill. I don't take anything back that I said about that episode. That episode was still boring to me. Like, I'm not saying it was like the worst episode. Like, I've seen bad episodes of Atlanta, the show, like where I was just like, I don't like that episode. I wouldn't watch it again. However, I just felt like with all of the episodes, if I had the Insecure DVD box set, that wouldn't be the episode I would go to.
Yeah,
like at all.
That's
like,
the only one I would skip. Like, I went back and watched. I was bored and had nothing else to watch. I went back and watched that Coachella fucking episode. Nigga, that shit is fucking gold. If you get a chance, go back and watch that shit. That shit is funny as a bitch. Like, everybody was tripping though. Amanda Seals was in that motherfucker tripping, and like I forgot that Issa and bruh fucked on the damn carousel. Issa be giving that pussy up too.
Hey, Issa be naked like twice every episode for real.
Issa give it up. She be goddamn letting her little titty show.
Little titties and little butt, and she straight up and down. Be out there working it out.
Yeah,
working it out.
Slam up.
Hey, well, how you feel? Did you predict her and Lawrence was gonna get back together? Spoiler alert.
Yeah, them my nigga. I mean, fuck off. Like, it's a quarantine. Watch TV. Yeah, like, it's a 30-minute show. Like, it takes no time to watch the show. But yeah, hell yeah. Nah, I knew they were gonna get back together. That's my nigga. I fuck with that.
Oh my God, that is hilarious. Oh, I predicted her and I predicted them getting back together at some point in time.
But I think Lawrence got old girl pregnant.
I think that too. I thought that too. What made you think that?
I don't know. I'm weird.
No, I thought that too. I was like, damn, like, when she was like, can we talk?
Something about to happen. Cause he about to get a job in San Francisco and the bitch gonna be like, yo, I'm pregnant. And like, he gonna ask Issa to leave with him. And then like.
And that's how the season gonna end.
It's coming up. Yep.
Wait, is it Sunday?
Yeah.
No, don't say that. We watched 9 episodes already.
Episodes. Yeah, now we got 10 episodes.
No, the fuck way.
Yeah, bro.
Didn't it start the first week of quarantine?
Probably. I don't know.
Damn, you
Started
just made
2
me
weeks ago.
sad. I was just going to ignorantly watch and think that another episode was going to come on next week.
Nope.
Damn. Hey, but you know who getting a run, giving Kelly a run for her money a little bit? She don't have that many C's, but when she say shit, it be funny. I like the assistant.
Oh, the helper? Yeah, she dope.
Hey, bruh, when she had the hand warmers in the bag,
that was hard.
I was like, life hack, bitch. Like, life hack.
I love that show, man. I fucking love that show. That's my favorite show. Like, I'm gonna keep it like, that's like my favorite show by far. Like, if I could watch it, if they made that shit an hour and 12 episodes, like, I'd be in heaven. I love that show. I do. It's great. There's nothing about it that I don't love. Like my nigga Nathan, like, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Nathan. He crazy as hell. Yeah. But he cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I don't know. The brother don't never give a fuck.
I love Kelly. I love the neighbors. I love the randomness about it. I love the awkwardness about
it's so
it.
fucking, it's like when the bitch came in the fucking shit, it fell on the goddamn ground, man.
Bruh, face down flat. What?
Like, this bitch is crazy, man.
Goofy.
Like,
but let me tell you something.
Like, this motherfucker here, boy.
Let me tell you something. Issa and Lawrence. Issa and Lawrence, like that corny thing that they do. I
love it.
I love it because when I tell you, like, there are things that I like, but about, you know, dating someone or whatever the case may be. But if we ain't doing shit like that, like, if we're not vibing off each other, not saying we gotta do exactly what they doing, but like the corny shit, y'all both like the same corny shit. Y'all can joke. Like, I need it to be like my best friend who I like having sex with. That's what I always say. Like, I gotta have fun. And they look like they vibe and like they have fun, like with each other. And I think that shit is like dope. And even just like from the actor side of it, I think it's kind of cool how they make that chemistry like appear on screen. Boom.
Yeah, they be bodying that shit.
Yeah.
They look like they be fucking. I think they might be fucking. Their chemistry is too well. Like, y'all niggas ain't that good of actors. Like, I mean, they are, but goddamn, like they fucking.
Let's go back though, because this leads us right back to Jeff's letter and our grievance with Issa and Kamal on Lovebirds having no chemistry. Jeff, that's what acting chemistry look like that. Them two people in Lovebirds did not look like they could ever or would be ever a couple. Not even based on just the way they look. Like, their interaction did not give me couple. Like,
that shit was annoying.
The shit gave me more buddy comedy. Like, two friends set out on an adventure type shit. Mm-hmm. Or like, two cops go out on an adventure. Or like, some shit like that. Like, they had no chemistry. But all I know is if the movies open back up, my sneak food inside game about to be elevated with these hand warmers. And you can get them shits anywhere for like
low.
Yeah,
dollar store. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and get them shits. That was a life hack. Jeff, anything else you want to say, Jeff?
Nah.
All right. Jeff, thank you for writing in. I like that letter. And, you know, keep listening. And, you know, if you have some more grievances with us, let us know. Cause, you know, we get a lot of awesome feedback, but, you know, we didn't know we were low key trying you. So, but shout out to you and thank you for listening. You ready to wrap this baby up with some free smoke?
Mm-hmm.
Let's get it. Free smoke is our segment where we talk about anything we want to. It could be hot button personal topics. It could be anything from politics to petty. And today's topic came by way of a thought that I had, which then spiraled into other thoughts. And it was about if things would be more helpful or harmful, and kind of weighing out the pros and cons of the same thing. So what came about for me that brought this topic to free smoke for me is I said my mom was telling me that she wanted a Black Lives Matter t-shirt. and that she may go to like Michael's or somewhere and kind of like get some letters and like make her a shirt. So I was thinking to myself, I was just like, well, I can get her a shirt because my mom is the type of person that makes these plans and they're only theoretical. Like, she's not going to go do that. Like, in her mind, she is. She's going to go to Michael's and buy these letters and make this Black Lives Matter shirt. But I've been knowing my mom all my life, and I know that's not going to happen. So I said, oh, I can buy my mom. I'll just go and buy my mom a shirt. And then I said, you know what? Maybe I should get like all of my nieces and my nephew a Black Lives Matter shirt. And then I thought about it and I was just like, wait, but I would hate it if they're somewhere with this Black Lives Matter shirt and they're not in the presence of kinfolk or skinfolk and they are targeted by some white supremacists because they have this shirt on. What would be your thoughts on something like that? Like, is that more harmful or helpful?
That shit is helpful. I mean, because they black regardless, right? So if they gonna hate them, they ain't gonna hate them because they got a Black Lives Matter shirt on. They're gonna hate them because they black. You know what I'm saying? So, like, hell nah. Like, and it's not like, yeah, hell nah. I think that shit is beautiful. Like, you definitely get all the people in your fucking family a Black Lives Matter shirt for sure.
Yeah, I was just like, yo, like, I would hate for somebody to come up and say some fuck shit to one of my niece or my nephew, my nieces or my nephew, or some shit like that, or put them in a position to like cause trauma in some way to them. Because I can defend myself. My mama can defend herself for the most part. You know what I mean? She a grown woman. But I was just thinking like, damn, like, these kids can't defend themselves. And that would fuck
but they
me
can't
up
defend themselves in no case if that's the case. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, they black, they can take the shirt off, they can't take their skin off.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
And like, it's pretty assumed that if you black, it's Black Lives Matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, unless you Terry Crews or some shit.
Terry Crews is an official coon, and he's, again, why can't people just shut the fuck up? He be determined to say some shit, bro. He be like determined to say some shit. And we only like you because of
Van Lathan. I listened to Van Lathan. He was like, "Is this nigga brains in his pecs and his ass? Like, what's up with him?" He's like, "Where is his fucking like this motherfucker? That's all he do is flex on goddamn. Like, you are a dumbass. Shut the fuck up." That shit made me laugh.
But he like Carlton Banks with pecs.
Yeah,
like he like a real
cool
like,
Carlton. Like,
making my way downtown dude. Like, that was him. How he acted white chicks was him.
That nigga's a weirdo.
And he big as fuck.
Like, weirdo. Cause like, Van brought up a good point. He was like, yo, this nigga, like, when he was going through all his, like, getting molested by a fucking 5'9" man, when you're 6'6" and 240, like, or 260 pounds of muscle and shit, Gabrielle Union was right there with you as your co-host and co-star on, you know, whatever show they are on. And then as soon as she gets fired and, like, you know, has her racial allegations, you ain't uttered one fucking peep in her way. And I was like, God damn, that's real. Like, he
But we talked about that on this show.
I know. It dawned on me when he said it. I guess I didn't, you know, I don't give a fuck about shit, but I'm damn.
He been fucked. Like, that was super fucked up. Like, because it wasn't your place to say anything about that. Even if you didn't agree, even if that wasn't your experience. You know, again, going back to last week's episode, don't kick black people that's down. Like, don't do that. Don't do that. Like, if they just fucking up out here, that's one thing. But this woman saying this was her experience and you like, oh, well, shit, won't mind. Fuck her. Don't know what she talking about. Making my way downtown.
Getting my ass grabbed by a little
Making my way downtown. My boss grabbed my ass.
My boss is making his way downtown. Grabbing my ass.
Hey, What do you think about, do you think about exposing like your kids? So I know like when we're talking about like police, right? And then like, I remember like my niece, she used to be super fucking afraid of the police. Because like she used to get threatened with, all right, if you don't do something, we're going to call the police. You know what I'm saying? Like, not in a police brutality way, but like, they going to come lock you up. You know what I mean?
You about to lose your job.
You about to lose your job. Oh, it was funny because she said, you going to get this dance. You're about to lose your job. But, you know, at what point in time, like, do you, is it good or bad to explain, like, police and police brutality to your children? Because it may be something going on and they don't want to call the police. Like, you teach your kids to dial 911. Like, if it's an emergency, you dial 911. Or that's what we were taught when we were young about, you know, if you don't know nothing else and something going bad, call 911, somebody will come and help you. But if now you're getting a conflicting message about 911, like, is it helpful or harmful to educate your kids on police and police brutality in like the current world that we live in?
I just think it's age appropriate, you know what I mean? Because like a lot of the times it's gonna be kind of hard to digest it when you, like for me, I got 2 7-year-olds and a 4-year-old. Like they ain't understanding that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my kids are smart, but they ain't like, you know what I'm saying? They ain't really like not hip to what's going on. Like, you know, we saw the protest the other day and shit, and I tried to explain it, but like then they off bouncing around. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, you know, whatever. Me and my homeboy was actually just having a similar conversation at the pool earlier and shit, because he's got a 10-year-old daughter, and he's, you know, everybody's, you know, tensions are high. He was like, I just don't know, like, kind of how he, like, you explaining to your kids? And he's like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, I glance over and shit. If they ask questions, I try to explain it. You know what I'm saying? If I'm watching, you know, the protest or something, you know, on the news or some shit like that. But at the same time, like, I don't want to scare the shit out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, at this point, cause like my man, another one of my homeboys, he had gotten pulled, and his daughter was probably 11 at the time, I guess, 11, 12. And like, she had a fucking nervous breakdown because she's so used to like the imagery that, you know, like she was like, Daddy, are they going to kill you? Is the police going to kill you? Is it going to kill you? He's like, so like, I remember having to explain that to a white boy that I worked with. Heavy. Like, that's being black. You know what I'm saying? That's being black in America. Like, your child's first encounter with you in the car, they think that you might die, which is, but it's real. It's not the furthest thing from the realm of possibility. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
So it's 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. I think it's just age appropriate once you can, you know, depending on your child, and they're able to retain it and, you know, and, you know, understand it to a level. But I mean, I don't think it's ever really too early, but I don't know. Slippery slope, I guess. Yeah. Pretty ambiguous answer, but I don't know.
No, I get it, because it's one of those things. Again, like, is it more, you know, helpful or harmful? Because everything has its pros and cons, especially the topics in which that, you know, we're talking about. So I feel the same way. I'm just like, well, you know, you need to educate kids on like the police, but kids have access to so much more than what we had access to, and imagery and YouTube and social media, and just being in the house with a fucking 70-inch TV. So even if they playing over in the corner, they still seeing what you watching and hearing your conversations about what's going on. And, you know, I think you would have to really be under a rock right now, for anyone, you know, over the age of like 5 and 6 to not at least have asked a question because of what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is that on TV, mommy? Or, you know, what does that shirt mean that you have on, daddy? Or, you know what I mean? Like, it's shit going on is in the atmosphere. Like we said, the tides are turning. Like, there's a shit going on, with civil rights right now. So, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. And I don't have children, but, you know, I think about all of these types of things, especially when it comes to my nieces and nephews and my younger cousins and things of that nature. Was it something that you were thinking about, whether it was helpful or harmful?
Just turning your black off, like, you know, like corporately, you know what I'm saying? Like, is that helpful or harmful? I think for me, I don't do it very often. if ever. Cause I'm pretty much black all the time. Like I may like try to,
you corporate it up. You code switch a little bit. You gotta code switch a little bit.
I really don't. I swear to God, I don't. Like, I really don't. And it's fucked up. You know why I know I don't? Cause when I was at my new job, I got the VP of claims, who's not my direct boss, but the person who pretty much brought me on, and we were in a meeting and he was code switching like a motherfucker. I'm like, holy shit. Like, this motherfucker got the white voice like hell.
Yeah.
You know, his name is, he's got a black ass name. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that shit. Like, I'm not like gonna be like, you know, like doing the whole nasally shit. I'm not doing that shit. Like, I can't do it. I'm gonna talk to you like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be articulate. Obviously, I won't curse and use slang and some of the vernacular that I would normally use in conversation that I'm talking to you, but that doesn't mean that I'm like, you know, discounting any of my blackness. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not the same voice that I had when I talked to you is the same voice that I had when I talked to anybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a deep ass voice. I can't, like, what I look like being all nasal and shit. That shit's stupid. So like,
no,
I just gotta be me. I just gotta be me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna, you know, like, I ain't gonna be like, yeah, that shit was jumping. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, you know, if, you know, I'm not gonna use the exact slang that I would use on the street necessarily.
But you are using an elevated language. A more corporate friendly vernacular. You might not change the tone and the cadence in which you speak.
Still gonna be me though.
So what you saying is you going in there, you not standing up straight.
I will use some slang. Not like, you know, like, I was like, yeah, I'll say like, that's dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've said that several times and it just rolls off like, you know, I'm like, yeah, that's dope. That's pretty cool, man. You know what I'm saying? Like that. You know what I mean? But I would normally say that. But like, I'm not going to be like, you know, roll up type shit. You know what I'm saying? But like, I'm going to be me. Like, I'm not.
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you a series of questions. Do you wear exactly what you want to wear to work?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you have a great job. All right. Do you like having small talk about, and do you participate in small talk related to things that you cannot relate to nor care about?
Maybe. Like, this job is weird. So, not really. I mean, most things that I talk about, like, I guess maybe something, but not that
ain't no way you gonna tell me you've been working with a bunch of white people and y'all have all this shit in common where you're not pretending to be engaged. But I can talk to anybody
about anything. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm a Renaissance man in that regard. Like, I know a little, I can at least engage in a conversation about something. You know what I'm saying? Like, and not have very much of a knowledge base, but I can kick the shit.
But do you want to kick the shit? I guess that's the question. It's not, can you, because for me, I know that I code switch. And the reason that I code switch is it's not like I'm like, oh, hey, my name is Sean. No, it's not that. My code switching involves I wear attire to work that I deem corporate and white friendly. Do I like what I wear? Yeah, because I'm not going to wear nothing that I hate. But would I buy these particular garments if I were not required to dress a certain way at work? Probably not. I would probably have some, but it wouldn't.
But that's not code switching. That's the dress code.
But listen, if you're not being your authentic self, that is code switching because they're wearing what they want to wear to work.
No,
like they're wearing like they're wearing like the khakis in the polo shirt. That's what you saw them in on the weekend. Like they're wearing their little moo-moos and
shit, bro.
Okay, well maybe we just work with different people because the people I told you I work for a very white company, but I've always worked for companies that had it's corporate America is majority white anyway, and if there are a lot of black people there, like the company we used to work for, majority of those people are on lower level jobs. So when you get to jobs that I had, it's very rare that is another face of color in the room. I've been the only person of color numerous times, and I'm not even talking about black person. I'm talking about person of color period. I am the only person of color, period, on my entire team. I've been in situations where I've been the only person of color. So like, I feel like for me and my code switching, so I feel like I'm me, but I still have to go, and I have to go in, and then I have to go and smile, and I have to act like I care about shit I don't care about. I have to act like I care about your weekend. I have to care about the topics that you guys are talking about. A friend of mine from work called me and was pissed off because they were on a call about, things that are going on, her particular manager and the white women, because she is the only person of color on her team. The white woman, they made it about COVID-19 versus everything else. Like, that took over. So if she were not code switching, she would have come in and said, well, we're talking about this. She can't express herself how she wants to. I can't express myself how I want to. That's all a part of code switching. And that is one of the things in which I've appreciated about working from home, especially with this particular employer, because previously I've been able to work from home and kind of get that mental break from having to shuck and jive and make sure that, I'm not being the angry black woman or the combative black or the lazy black, or, what I'm saying? Like, you gotta measure your black just right in order not to appear to be one of these negative stereotypes that they're already waiting for you to become. And it probably is a lot different for women too, because anytime a woman says anything or expresses herself in a corporate environment, she's the angry black woman. And, if a white man does it, then he's passionate. And if the white girl does it, she's just been working so hard that she needed to vent. It ain't like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, you don't get the same luxury. So I know I code switch because this quarantine has given me some mental rest. All I have to do is have conference calls, so that I'm chilling. I'm in what I like to wear. If it's not pajamas, I only have to be fake for a minute. And that's what code switching is to me, it's being fake. I have to come to work to be you. You come to work being you, and I have to come to work to be you. You have to assimilate to the culture, white culture, if that's even a thing. I don't think that that's a thing, but you have to assimilate to make it, or you don't have to code switch, but I'm pretty sure it's going to take you a lot longer to accomplish your goals. In corporate America, that's just been my experience. Have you been around any like black people that's like how you would see them like at your crib outside of like slang and like shit like that you wouldn't just say in front of people you work with, period? But
yeah, I mean, it's a couple.
Any like super real ones that have made it up that corporate ladder?
Yeah, I do.
Tell me about them. Like, what do they do?
They just regular, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just smart black men, you know what I'm saying? But they ain't like shucking and jiving and shit, you know what I'm saying? Just like, yeah, I mean.
Would they feel comfortable speaking out in a meeting when some racist shit is being said?
I don't know. I've never been necessarily proposed. I've never been in an encounter, but
I feel like microaggressions happen all the time. And that's another part of code switching. You see like microaggressions where, like I said, I was having, and I feel like I spoke about this on the show, where there was this whole conversation about gentrification going on. Again, I'm the only black face there. I come from DC. The whole DC has been gentrified. My neighborhood is no more. My neighborhood has a Lululemon in it. My neighborhood is not the same neighborhood that I grew up in. And so they're sitting there like having this conversation, and I'm just listening. But from their perspective, they're not saying anything wrong. But a whole bunch of microaggressions are going on right now. You've basically said, all lives matter. I don't understand why these people are upset that a Starbucks is coming. Like, they need to relax. Because you're saying it's about this black neighborhood. So I feel like if you were not in a position to code switch, I would be able to say why y'all racist and why this is fucked up. But since I have to code switch.
Right? So like, I'm the person I've called white devils at work So I may not be the best person to judge it, but I have. And this was a couple years ago.
To their faces?
Fuck yeah.
See, and then like as a person in my position, I have to come to you and be like, "Be healed. Did you call this man a white devil?" You're gonna be like, "Yeah." I'm like, you gotta go. You can't just do that. You can't just say that to somebody in a white. You could say, "Hey, you're wrong," but like calling them a white devil, like.
And I didn't call them. I said white people can be perceived. I think I was like white people, white devils. When you do some shit that's devilish, they're devils. I said something.
So you were educating. It wasn't like you were calling somebody something.
Yeah, I mean that's
different.
It's tact. It's tact in the way you present information. Like you can't just fly off the handle. You have to do.
But they get to fly off the handle. That's the difference. They get to fly off the handle.
You can still read them motherfuckers and let them know what's up. Like I do that, and I do that all the. Like I just did it. Like one white girl asked me if I was doing okay, and I fucking wrote back like, "No, I'm not okay." And da 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 da. And this needs to happen, and this needs to happen, and this needs to happen. Just the other day, you know what I'm saying? Like no bullshit. And I let them. I don't know. I just let it rip. Like I'm not for the fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be disrespectful, but at the same time, I'm not gonna be disrespected. So that's just what it boils down to me for. Like,
yeah, I think I haven't had the I go about the education route. You know what I'm saying? Because in real life, I want to be like, that's fucking stupid. And I want to be like, that's stupid and you're racist. And I can say that in a professional way and it still come off you're stupid and racist. But I had to go the route of, well, this is why those individuals are upset. Because if a Starbucks comes, that means they are about to gentrify and these people are no longer going to be able to afford to live in this neighborhood. They're basically going to burn it down like we just talked about with every other place. Now you can burn it down with fire or you can theoretically burn it down or you can burn it down financially. But either way, shit is being burnt down. And so now I have to educate you on that. But I find it extra dope that you don't have to live that life because I definitely live that life. And I feel like I'm performing all day. And
yeah, I get it. I understand the plight
it's exhausting.
Of that. Yeah, but I ain't with that shit.
Yeah. You know, it's just, you don't have to. Like I say, and like for me, like I know people who keep it real. Like I know people, but I know they are not at the levels in which they want to be either. So like if there are a few that make it up there, but shit, it's a fucked up situation. You know what I mean? It's a fucked up situation. But I think that's dope. I think that's dope where you don't feel that way. Cause I definitely feel that way. And majority of my friends feel that way. We were talking about that, in my birthday, weekend. I want to ask one more question on my end. And I wanted to know, like, is it help? So I was reading something about Angela Simmons and it was this cute video of her son and asked him like, who's his girlfriend or who's in like something like that. And he said her name Angela and he said it was his mom. Right. And although it was cute, it had me to thinking about Black women and their sons and also people raising their kids to like their best friends versus parents. I've had friends with sons and only children that are sons. And, you know, I have a friend who tells her son, like, no girl is ever going to be as good to you as mommy. Like, you know, like, and telling him stuff like that, like, you're not going to have a girlfriend. You're going to have mommy. And at a certain point in time, it becomes like a brainwashing type thing to me. Like, where you make your kid a little bit weird. Like that. And then like with the best friend thing, I feel like your child should know that there is a hierarchy here. There is an authority. Like you are the child and we can be cool and we can be open and we can have free flowing communication and open communication. And that's great, but I'm not your best friend. Do you feel like Black women raising their sons like their husbands and parents in general raising their kids like best friends versus parents is more helpful or harmful?
I never thought about it, to be honest. But I guess it's I guess it's harmful. I mean,
do you raise your kids like that? Like that, like best friend? Like this?
Nah, I mean, we just fucking. I'm just their daddy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm raising them, not necessarily like we're best friends and nothing. I tell them that you can tell me whatever and don't lie to me and shit like that. But no, not like I'm bestie. I'm not bestie. I'm dad. So I never even thought about, you know what I'm saying? Like,
that ain't even ever crossed my mind to raise my kids. Yeah, that. First and foremost,
I'm bad, and we're gonna have open communication. I'm gonna tell you what's good, what's bad, what's right, what's wrong, and tell me, like, and then situations come up where they're not truthful, and I tell them, don't lie to me. You know what I'm saying? So I give them like life lessons, but I'm not their friend, so I don't look at it like that. Yeah.
Do you see like friends that do that? And has it been positive or negative? I know people with kids normally hang out with a bunch of people with kids, so you probably see a lot. No,
not that I mean, all the people that I know, like, they just raising their kids like parents. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like
I definitely know some best friend parents
or some shit like that. That's weird.
Where the kid doesn't know the line. Like, I know parents that they're having conversations with their kids. They're the parents who, want to be like the cool parent, but they want to be like the best friend. So that's the parent that's going to let you smoke weed in the house, and y'all going to smoke weed together, and you can fuck in the house, and the house is where all the friends can come over, and you know what I'm saying? Like, but then when something goes,
I grew up with motherfuckers like that, and they're not doing very well in life. So
damn. So yeah, I guess that just proves the point. You know what I mean? Like, I think like, again, like a free flow of conversation, and you can come talk to me and we can be cool. Like, when I'm sitting back from the outside watching these parents, like, it's not going right. Cause then when something go left, now I've seen instances where the kids regurgitating your fucking business. Like, you only mad because such and such did this to you. You a kid. Why did the kid even know that this is going on in your life? Like, and they fire back. And these kids today, they got automatic rifles. Like, they don't say like little slick shit like we used to say when we were young. Like, say some shit under your breath. Like, these kids just straight up saying shit. Like, I'm looking like, whoa, do you know who the parent is out this hole? Like, are you gonna knock this motherfucker out or no? Like, what's going on here? Like, that shit is crazy. But it's one of those things where, what's the saying you say? 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other. Mm-hmm. It's pros and cons to everything. And that was basically, the basis of this conversation. Was it any other thing you wanted to bring up that's been on your mind as far as harmful or helpful?
Not really. I think we covered it from my end.
All right. Well, I want to thank y'all for listening to the show. And thanks to all the new listeners and all the old listeners and everyone who supports us. Hit us up at theaintshitshow.com. That's an X where the I will be. I also am high, so I really don't think that I closed out Ain't Shit in 2 cents properly. However, if you want to write in and get advice from us, it's the Ain't Shit Show at gmail.com, and that's the X where the I will be. And y'all know where we at on social by now. Y'all know where we at on all of the platforms, Google, iHeartRadio, all of that. And I want y'all to tell a friend to tell a friend. And we always end this episode with a quote. And the quote for today is, don't worry about how things are going to work out. Just believe that they will. And until next week, stay black. Stay melanated, protect yourselves, still keep your mask on and wash your hands, manifest your destiny, and the marathon continues. And we're out.